So to refresh then, some people are confused about what the word primary means. From a behavior analysis point of view, it has a very clear definition. Primary reinforcers, also known as unconditioned or unconditional reinforcers, are those we're born with. They are consequent events that we experience automatically as behavior strengthening. And again, that's part of that wonderful planet we live in, that when we're born, we have outcomes for behaving immediately that are strengthening behaviors we need to do for survival, like eating or moving towards warmth when we're cold or cold when we're hot. But that's a very short list. The infinite list of possible behavior strengthening outcomes are those that are once neutral, but through pairing with another strong reinforcer, become reinforcers themselves. I mean, think about this for a minute. I've been teaching this for 40 years, and I feel excited every time I repeat that same fact of life on the planet, that we're born with this very short list of primaries just to keep us behaving, to survive, to learn new reinforcers. What that means is that even when I'm not hungry, not thirsty, and my temperature is perfect, I still have a reason to behave, to get out of bed in the morning. That is to go shop for boots or whatever it is that are your learned reinforcers. And the process by which we learn these reinforcers is so elegant, so simple, by contiguous, close pairing of a strong reinforcer. It could be a primary or a well-established secondary, can be paired with a neutral stimulus, and that neutral will become a reinforcer that is a behavior strengthening consequence in and of itself. Basically, the Pavlovian paradigm. So it's just an amazing thing, an amazing process that keeps us having an infinite number of reasons to behave. But there is also a cautionary tale here, and I know that many of the people in the dog community come from a culture of when you click, you back it up. You don't click without a backup, whether it's food or some other well-established reinforcer like a ball toss or a tug, because you've been taught well that it is Pavlovian extinction, respondent extinction, to click without backing it up. If you do that enough times, that conditioned stimulus, the click or the whistle or the praise word, will go back to neutral. So there's quite a lot of debate about whether we should back up every time we mark a behavior, or can we get away with less than every time. In general, we would say, beware of blazing those clickers, of clicking without backing up. Because if you do that too many times, you will drain the value of that secondary reinforcer, moving it back to neutral, and then it's like a bridge to nowhere. Now, there are liabilities to using weakened bridges or markers, weakened due to the fact that they haven't been backed up consistently. We see an increase in aggressive behavior, or what we might call frustration, when an animal expects that backup and doesn't get it. We see decreased motivation as that marker starts to be an unreliable predictor of the backup reinforcer. Weak performance, long latencies, or the animal ends the session. And we often see animals finding a more reliable signal. Most often, if I don't see aggression or slow responses, I always see the animal ignoring the clicker and watching the hand go to the food or to the ball. So this is something that once alerted to, you will see yourself. We think that the clicker is meaning, yes, that's the right behavior to do again to control the backup reinforcer. But what it's really doing is just producing more human noise that the animal has to ignore, while they find your hand is an extremely reliable predictor. And so that overshadows the clicker itself. Now, some people argue that when they click without backing it up, they're meaning keep going. Yes, that's it, keep on. But a signal can't mean two different things. Yes, keep going, or yes, that's it. Stop what you're doing. Look to me for food. So we really need to sort this out in all of our training applications, and more studies need to be done. But you guys can actually be testing the effectiveness of your strategies by watching the data of your learners' behavior, and you should be doing that all the time.